the result of this match could flip-flop the ranks for these two players. I love this battle. Usually 2 and 3 are one of the best matchups on tour. And I'm also excited for our next semifinal as well. Paolo Longoria versus Erica Mania. I know this is going to be a grudge match for Erica Mania. I know she wants to do better in this one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
yeah.
in the next match, because that one will be full of fireworks as well.
Yes.
This one, I think, is going to be full of power and precision. Herrera, more of a control player, but hits very smooth. Left-handed player. Vargas hits everything hard almost all the time.
Yes.
I want to say thanks to everybody watching on, wherever you're watching. Appreciate your support of the ladies' professional racquetball tour and sharing this feed around the social media networks. This one should be a classic. Players just doing the coin toss to determine who serves first. Our official for this match, Carla Munoz from Chile. She's done an excellent job officiating this week. And it looks like Herrera will serve first. Here we go. First to 15, win by 1 in the first 2 games. If it's 1 game each, they play a tiebreaker to 11.
Start off with a short serve. So just like tennis, we get 2 serves, fault serve if needed.
Herrera earning that point by getting another ball back that maybe a couple of years ago she wouldn't have.
1-2.
Lunging to the right, just getting it to the ceiling. First point for the Mexican. Vargas low and hard on that return.
0-1.
A little bit of an overswing from Vargas, and you can see already walking back, reminding herself to just calm down a little bit. Excellent pass that time. 2 bounces before the back wall, side out.
0-1.
Short serve for Vargas. Wow, quick side out for Alexandra Herrera.
1-0.
KG start at the beginning of this first game. When Herrera has her feet set, no one executes a ball like she does.
Agreed.
Stop.
The key for Herrera, I think, from Vargas is make her run, make her hit on the run, and get her tired. When she gets tired, then it gets a little sloppier.
Yeah, it would behoove Herrera to win this match in 2 games for sure.
Vargas asking for the court hinder, Ball hit the glass where it merges with
2-0.
the wall, but not given by
Yeah,
the official.
nothing. Yeah, obviously the referee didn't see any funny bounce, or she would have called it. You know, having said that about Alexandra Herrera, she is, in my opinion, playing the best racquetball I've ever seen her play this season. She's getting closer and closer to taking out the top players. And she wants it.
3-0.
3 serving 0. Good start from Herrera.
Wow.
That's just textbook. Excellent serve, low, hard.
4-0.
Loose return from Vargas. Oh, we're going to have a short serve appeal.
Mi llamada es buen servicio. María está apelando servicio corto.
So 1 up, 1 down.
One agrees, one disagrees, and that means that the call stands.
Appeal lost.
Players have 3 appeals per game.
Screen serve.
Wow. Shoulder high from Herrera. Aggressive, but executed perfectly down this right side, and she has started brightly. Might be a time for a timeout from Vargas. 5-0. Okay, side out Vargas. Vargas really builds her game on her serve. If she can execute her serve well, it creates the momentum in the rally.
Well, I think that's kind of the task at hand. You want a good serve to elicit a weak return. I think Vargas does a lot of things very well.
But right now, Herrera doing them just a little better. Vargas wants short serve. It was an excellent serve, actually. Herrera did well to get that to the ceiling, get back in the rally. 5 serving 0. That will be a court hinder. Ball came off one of our wires. Apologies, Herrera.
Court microphone in there.
Vargas is okay with that because it was a big opportunity for Herrera in the middle of the court. Not that time, Herrera.
0-5.
Herrera tends to be a very quiet, calm player. Vargas, the opposite.
Yeah.
And you can see that drive serve coming off the back wall. Herrera, feet set, really punished it. Vargas has to just take maybe a little pace off just to get it in, as opposed to in hard off.
That's not her game, though, right? Wow.
She's playing terrific racquetball.
Right.
Alexandra Herrera.
Yes. It's very early, but you can already see on Vargas's face that she's a little bit surprised here, doesn't know how to get herself into the game yet.
Well, Herrera's not missing. Well, Vargas takes a timeout. I think it's probably a good one. She's down 6-0. We're doing the same. We'll be back in just 1 minute. We're back in, everybody. Tim Backhurst, TJ Bamba, 6-0 the scoreline. Timeout worked. Herrera missed her shot.
She did, and I mean, she had to pick one. She had to cover something, right?
0-6.
Oh!
Oh, what's the side out call? So avoidable hinder, and yes, I agree. That was a cross-court shot.
Yeah.
Just not a good serve from Vargas.
And that was a situation where Vargas needed to jump. She was close in the middle. Perhaps thought that Herrera was going down the line. We've had a few of those this week, TJ, where players have been hit in the middle of the court.
6-0.
Few things worse than being hit and having to give your opponent the avoidable hinder. Double whammy. 7-0. Herrera in cruise control, playing almost perfect racquetball.
Second serve.
Snap of the wrist from Vargas. Let's see if that gives her some momentum. I think if she can just get 1 point. Okay. No zeros. Let's get some momentum here.
It's part of the game, right? We see that all the time. Ebbs and flows, ups and downs. One player goes on a run.
Vargas, you can tell she likes the forehand better than the backhand because she scrambled over to hit that forehand. It was an excellent serve. Herrera did well, but she got stuck. It's an all or nothing shot, and it came up. Herrera had the whole court.
Right, and you know what? 2-3 years ago, I would have said Alexandra favored the forehand every single time, but I've seen her make some massive backhand shots this weekend. I'm impressed. You can tell she is working hard.
Yes, she almost conquered Longoria in Chicago in a very exciting final.
Gosh, was it 11-10 tiebreaker?
It was 11-9, yeah, it was close. Beautiful shot from Vargas. Let's see if that gives her momentum. But Vargas has beaten Longoria. Herrera hasn't.
Yet.
And I think that's a motivator. And we know Vargas, of course, wants to be world number 1. Loose. High. Got away with it. There's the point.
1-8.
1 serving 8. Vargas gets a replay. Might be worth an appeal.
1-8.
Doesn't appeal. I would have appealed that. You have 3. That's better from Vargas. Vargas has been on these courts over the last year, training off and on, and has some fans in the audience.
Yeah, oh, for sure. All these players are really, they're gaining fans. I get messages all the time talking about when's who so-and-so play and is so-and-so coming to this tournament or that tournament.
And the answer is
Very
always
nice.
visit our website, lprtour.com. Check our schedule. And by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, you won't get the definition that you could if you were watching on YouTube. That's where we watch along with you. Make sure your settings are 1080p 60. Be sure to subscribe while you're there so you get notifications when we do go live. tough down
Yeah,
that left
yeah,
glass.
you know what? That was a really nice Z serve by Vargas. The ball came deep in the court. Back here, hit the right side wall, bounced out. Not a lot of room for Herrera to take a shot.
Creative. I like the serve. The outcome wasn't what Herrera wanted, but it did make Vargas think. What does the jam serve do? It opens up the other serves now because Vargas has to understand there may be another serve coming, even if she got that one back.
God, speaking of these courts, what beautiful 2 courts here at Vero Fitness in Vero Beach. Sadzi Manchek and the local guys here did a fantastic job refinishing these floors just for this event. I mean, right before the LPRT came in town.
Well, Vargas wanted 2 bounces but maintained her composure. Agree. A big thank you to Sadzi Manchek and the sponsors for this event. You can see them all on the front wall who have really, this has been a special event. Pro only. You know, it's been about the pros.
Yes.
And it's been a lot of fun, and we want to say a big thank you to all of them. Clean hitting from Vargas. Excellent Z serve. 3-shot rally. She's starting to get back into this. 3 serving 8. But Herrera's not going to be overawed or intimidated by Vargas. Earns the side out. Still has the lead. Well, this is interesting. Herrera hit a lob serve as a first serve.
Yeah.
Vargas was all over that and controlled the point from then on.
It's too good. Like you said earlier, when Herrera sets her feet, she's just too good.
And Herrera doesn't go for bottom. She hits about 4 or 6 inches on that front wall. And it means that it's low enough.
She hits hard. And again, pinches when she's supposed to, hits down the line when she's supposed to.
Let them hear it.
3 serving 8. Vargas thinks it skipped. We'll have an appeal. So both line judges disagree with that decision. And I think the sound that they heard was Herrera's racket hitting the floor, not the ball. It did sound unusual, but Herrera's racket touched the floor as it came through. And that's what made it sound like a skip.
Players get 3 used appeals per game. A used appeal is if they appeal and the call is over, or the call stands, that appeal is used. If a call is overturned, it does not count against them.
Well, Herrera went back to the drive serve, earned an ace. 9 serving 3, second serve. A rare loose forehand pinch from Herrera. Herrera a little lucky maybe on that call, but she got to the ceiling. Remember, if you're just joining us, head-to-head, Vargas leads 9-1 on the Pro Tour, but the last two have been split and both have been tiebreakers. So we did expect a tough match this morning. Well, a little frustration from Herrera.
Good crowd noise here this morning.
Longoria and Mania are both here. They're playing in the next semifinal, repeat of the U.S. Open. Definitely a story between those two. We'll talk about that in our next match. Herrera, that's just really clean hitting on the backhand side. 9 serving 3. Ten serving 3. 3-shot rally. Loose return from Vargas. So far, it's all Herrera. 11-3. Timeout, surely. Yes, timeout on the court. We're doing the same. It's Herrera who leads 11-3.
You want to stand here. This way, if your opponent's over here, you can hit it away from them all the way over there, down the line. If they're all the way back here, hit it way up close up there. Wait a minute. We're definitely not going to do it this way.
And welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst, TJ Bamba joining you. Herrera leading. Vargas has taken her allotment of timeouts in this first game.
Just want to give a shout out again to Suzy Manchik and Veronica Sotomayor for hosting this event this weekend. Really, they really wanted to bring the LPRT into their courts, into their hometown here in Vero Beach, and we're certainly grateful for them doing that.
And they've done it well.
Yes, yes, for sure.
This evening there will be a money bowling tournament. Can you believe?
So fun.
$500 at stake this evening in the bowling. Some may pay me not to bowl, but we'll see how that goes.
Skip ball from Vargas.
13-3.
13-3. I did not expect this scoreline. I favored Herrera just because of what I've seen on this court from her. But
I just
this scoreline.
I just never put a lot of. I've seen too many matches on the Pro Tour to put a lot of money onto a first game score, because I have seen too many players come back in the second game, in the third game, and completely change the outcome of a match.
But the backhand of Vargas in particular seems to be a bit loose, a bit high. Herrera,
13-3.
it's a lot lower. It's a lot more consistent. Vargas just seems to be punishing the ball. Another 3-shot rally built from an excellent serve from Herrera. Brings up game point number 1, 14-3. And we saw it coming, right?
So
Forehand pinch.
Yes.
Another 3-shot rally. This is the kind of match that we want to see from Herrera, keeping it short and sweet. This is her game, and she's
And
executing
she
beautifully.
played flawlessly in game 1.
Well, we'll see what Vargas does in game 2. She's got a lot of work. She's got to win the next 2. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm Carla Munoz, and I play with passion.
I play to be a role model for the kids.
I play for the adrenaline.
I play for the love of the game.
And we're back live, everybody. TJ, something new coming this year on the LPRT. Talk about it.
So exciting. You know, the LPRT has had a bigger and bigger presence on the outdoor circuit over the last couple years, and new this year, thanks to LPL Financial for sponsoring a Pro Cup series. The big 3, as you just saw in that commercial, the majors of the outdoor world, the Beach Bash, the Huntington Beach Nationals, and then the 3-wall ball in Las Vegas. Pros who compete in those 3 events, or any of those 3 events, have an opportunity to earn points, and the winner at the end in Vegas has a chance to win bonus money and a LPL Financial Cup. So exciting news on the outdoor front, and you'll see many of these LPRT players at those events as well.
If you're just joining us, you're watching Herrera in the back, Vargas up front. Herrera won the first quite comprehensively, 15-3. And that's what Vargas needed, the first point of the second game, some momentum.
Well, and Vargas did a good job on that, hitting deep to the left side, and then she came back, hit deep to the right side. And like you said earlier, you have to move Alexander Herrera around the court. Can't let her set up and shoot.
There's a great example. Feet set, perfect cross-court pass. 2 bounces before the back wall. Didn't go for the kill. Hit the high percentage.
Vargas with a racket up. The server has to take inventory, make sure the receiver is ready to receive serve. Otherwise, it's a fault serve.
Excellent shot from Vargas that time. Confident snap of the wrist down the line.
Now once the score is called at 1-0, players have 10 seconds to either serve the ball or, as a receiver, to be ready to receive the ball.
Well, we saw Vargas almost get hit again. Z-serve kicking out to the middle. Herrera going cross court and controlling that return. Vargas ready for that one. Better start from her in the second game. Herrera mutters to herself as she walks back. Played a lot of defense in that rally and 2-0 is the scoreline. That's a better Z serve. And all of a sudden, it's Vargas starting to dictate play. And it really started with a serve that she's found and she's sticking with.
Yeah, just a little interference there. So replay hinder called.
Herrera wants that return back. Wasn't a great Z serve.
Right, and I'm going to say Vargas is in here with a little more focus in game 2.
And Herrera seems to be deliberately going to the backhand side. And that's the side she should be going to because it's open. But that time a little too much. 5-0, what a turnaround.
Again, nothing surprises me. Fault serve, so 3 walls, front wall, side wall, so that's a fault. Diving get by Vargas. But just patience, steady, footwork is all set, and gosh, high percentage kill shots when Herrera is set up.
Vargas. 5-0. Back in the service box, 5 serving 0. Herrera doesn't seem as comfortable in this second game, having to covering a lot of
say
court.
The same thing.
That was
there
an
it
excellent
is.
shot, though.
Okay, fist pump. You see, you watch the demeanor of players, and they need to be careful of that because their opponent is also watching that. If we can see it out here outside the court, you saw first game, so much confidence from Herrera. I mean, she knew she was going to win that game. And not so much for Vargas in game 1. You come into game 2, all that confidence right now is Vargas. She scored a couple points, confidence, she scored a couple more, and you saw Herrera's demeanor just not the same. Wow, excellent return by Alexander Herrera. Vargas was going for a wraparound serve to Herrera's backhand, but Herrera cut it off. Great choice.
Wow.
Good get.
Oh, my goodness. And that can be psychologically defeating, knowing that you really went through something to get that ball back, and then your opponent just rips it for a rollout.
Herrera just making shots from every spot in the court. She's been doing that all weekend.
Smart. Down the line from Herrera.
2-5.
She's serving 5. 2 points in a row for the Mexican. Herrera just, I think, changed her mind. And then got behind the ball, got stuck. Vargas gets the side out. Wow.
Crushing another.
But the difference in the second game, if you watch a replay of Vargas just putting that ball down, the difference here is this Z serve.
Well executed.
Perfect from Herrera.
Pass shot that cracks out on that left side.
Yeah, we're starting to see some screaming from Herrera now.
Yeah, okay, back to demeanor on the court. You cannot let your opponent see if you are feeling a little uneasy, if you have lost some confidence. And sometimes just going up after a good shot and giving a yell or a fist pump is effective. Aggressive shot taker. You know, we know Vargas is going to go for it. 3 serving 6. So LPRT is playing 2 games to 15, win by 1, tiebreaker if needed to 11 points. And you can only score when you're serving.
2 unforced errors in a row on that backhand side. 2 free points for Herrera.
Short serve.
Wow. She missed 2, but she hit the 3rd. Take another look at that.
See it, shoulder high shot, 39 feet back.
That's why she's in a semifinal.
That's right.
Another excellent serve. I'd love to see Vargas take those balls that go around the world up in the service box as opposed to backing up and then hitting a ceiling ball. She's aggressive. Use that aggression. Keep Herrera out of position. Another forced there, left side.
I thought maybe the first time this weekend Alexander Herrera has missed a pinch into that left corner. Just that she was just falling backwards, it looked like.
Vargas. Oh my goodness. Big miss. The errors are on this backhand side. It's pretty clear. I think Herrera needs to stay on this side. Timeout on the court taken by Vargas. It's her first of game 2. We'll be back in just a minute as well.
I'm Holly Scott, I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I've been playing racquetball for about 15 years. My dad started because I didn't like the daycare at the gym, so I was very bored and I needed to go play racquetball. It's my calling. I love the LPRT. I get to travel, meet new people, work on my Spanish, and it's just a great experience and everyone should experience it. Reaching your dream foundation is really important to me because it helps me travel, to get experience, to do better in racquetball and in life. They teach you to do things professionally, on and off the court. My goal is to be #1, obviously, same with everybody. It's difficult, but with their help, I can work for it every single tournament and get better. Donations are greatly appreciated, no matter how big or small. It helps players like me reach our dream.
Ooh. Welcome back.
5-6.
As you saw, Reaching Your Dream Foundation, that's a nonprofit that supports some of these pro players, LPRT players, with hotel rooms and travel expenses to get to some of these events.
Another point for Herrera. Another error on the left side from Vargas. It was Vargas who started brightly in game 2, up 5-0. But Herrera has climbed her way back into this. It's now 6-6. Seven
Ace
six.
serve.
Can't do anything about that. That's just too good.
7-6.
And you watch that serve again. Just cracked
It's
out.
perfect.
Perfect.
Dare I say it, another unforced error on the
I know,
backhand side.
And I see it again. Vargas turned around, hanged her head a little lower. Just got to stay focused. You got to focus on the next point, the next point.
I'm seeing Vargas pulling down on her swing
8-6.
as opposed to a cross, and that could be a sign of fatigue. It's hard to believe because she is
Second serve.
super
yeah, I
fit.
would be surprised if fatigue was a factor.
But part of this is you haven't played a tournament for six weeks, and she had a tough match yesterday. That Monse Mejia match was a battle.
Yes, but you know she's been there before. She works hard. They do all their off-court training. I would be surprised if that's a factor today.
9-6. Herrera sticking
Second serve.
to this left side. Why wouldn't you? It seems to be working.
Right.
And again, that wasn't a skip, but it was a very high return and created an easy 3-shot rally.
10-6.
10 serving 6. Herrera's making a statement here.
Yes. You know, Herrera had a few really tough losses in the fall.
6-10.
She's getting really close. She wants it. She lost to Gabby Martinez in Denver in the final after winning the first game.
Right.
She lost that 11-9 tiebreaker to number 1 in the world, Paola Longoria. And she wants her shot. She's working hard.
Yeah, and we saw Herrera knee on the floor. We don't often see her hitting the deck, and this is a sign of her getting more athletic, more fit, faster, and evidence of how much she really wants it. 10 serving 6. Yeah, I remember first coming on tour in 2019, the fall, where, you know, a Monse Mejia would just take Herrera apart. It's the opposite now.
Gosh.
That's too good that time.
Tough shot. Yeah, 2-3 years ago, we were looking at Alexandra Herrera saying, oh my gosh, so much potential if she would just do A, B, and C. And I feel like she's done it. She's ready. She's here. She's top 3. She's number 2 right now.
She's trying to stay there, but Vargas with a free point, ace drive serve to the left side. Take another look. 2 bounces, perfect. Excellent shot down the line from Vargas. Timeout on the court taken by Herrera. Well, we've got a battle in game 2. We're going to take a break ourselves. We'll be back to see who wins it, Herrera or Vargas. Welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst, TJ Bamba. Just a reminder, in 2 weeks, we'll be back on tour at the Boston Open. That is, the title sponsor is String Theory. We want to say a big thank you to them. Excited to be back in Boston. It's been a couple of years.
Thanks to Stuart Solomon of Solomon Racket and Sports again for hosting the LPRT in Boston. Looking forward to that.
Back to the action. Here we go. 8-10.
Second serve.
Mentioned at the beginning of the match that much of Vargas's game is dictated by how her serve goes. And it's not going particularly well. That was a double fault. Ball hit the back wall before it hit the floor.
Right. But Vargas is back in this game. I mean, it's 8. This is a 2-point game.
But what a great timeout from Herrera.
Yes.
Serving 8. Just short, maybe. No appeal. Oh, so tough. Better look for Herrera. And gets a crack on the left side.
Wow.
That lob serve just slid down the wall, makes it so difficult. Vargas got there. Herrera kept her cool, and another point. What a change from taking that timeout. She was down 8-10. 4 rallies in a row won by Herrera. Five rallies in a row. Match point number 1 for Herrera.
14-8.
Was that good? Ooh.
It was really close. No argument, actually, for Mary Alexander Herrera, and she had the best view of anybody there.
Second serve. Herrera puts it down, and just like that, claims it in 2 straight. 15-3, 15-8.
I mean, I'm impressed. Alexandra played an almost flawless match right there.
And I think it's important that she won in 2, knowing that the final is later this afternoon.
Yes.
Conserve energy. She's off the court first. Next up, Longoria Mania. We'll see how that goes. But for Herrera, I think this is the absolute best outcome for her. Quick match, short, clean, go rest, get ready for the final.
Yeah, wow. I'm so impressed. And I mean, Vargas, obviously, top contender. I'm impressed by Alexander Herrera this weekend.
Well, congratulations to her. She advances to the final. Coming up right after this break, we've got Longoria Mania, a replay of the U.S. Open semifinal. It should be a fun one. Should be full of drama, I'm sure, with those two on court. We'll be back in a few minutes once players have warmed up and are ready to play.